Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to Matchless Gifts. And today is an auspicious day. What is the day?
Today marks the anniversary of Srila Prabhupada arriving in America at Boston Pier.
Yes, Boston Harbor. So today is the anniversary of the day that Srila Prabhupada placed his lotus feet on, I guess you could say, Western soil, American soil. And that was in Boston's Commonwealth Pier, I think. And we were just reading, it was September 17th, 1965. And it was at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So during the Brahma Muhurta hours, Srila Prabhupada manifested in the Western world. Yeah, so that now that was 1965. That means it was 59 years ago today. So it'll be 60 years next year. Krishna, Kanaya. Okay, so, and we're here at Matchless Gifts where Prabhupada planted the seed of Bhakti, really in a significant way, right under the floorboards here, sitting right back here. You can kind of see. And that seed has sprouted and gone all over the whole world.
Yeah, but this is the root of that seed.
It is indeed.
You know, like Prabhupada explains, serve Krishna, worship Krishna, because he's the root. You don't need to worry about watering the leaves and this and that. So if you think about it, this sacred place is therefore like, if you imagine a big tree, you've been under a tree, and then if you look up, you've got branches and the leaves are, like a big, overhead, and the big fat trunk and all that. And then where you're sitting at the base of it, where the roots are and that. So we're sitting right now at the base, where the roots are, of the whole ISKCON movement. Actually.
Totally true.
And we all enjoy the shade of the ISKCON tree in all parts of the world, wherever you're watching this from. You're all enjoying the fruits and the shade of that tree, of this tree, which Prabhupada planted here.
Yeah, so we're here at the roots, and we're going to water those roots with some reading of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay. It's Canto 4, Chapter 21, Text 35.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So text 35, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all-pervading, but he is also manifested in different types of bodies which arise from a combination of material nature, time, desires, and occupational duties. Thus, different types of consciousness develop, just as fire, which is always basically the same, blazes in different ways according to the shape and dimension of firewood. The Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly lives with the individual soul as Paramatma. The individual soul has awareness in accord with his material body, which he attains by virtue of Prakriti or material nature. The material ingredients are activated by the force of time, and thus the three material modes of nature are manifested. According to his association with the three modes of nature, the living entity develops a particular type of body. In animal life, the material mode of ignorance is so prominent that there is very little chance of realizing the Paramatma, who is also present within the heart of the animal. But in the human form of life, because of developed consciousness, Chaitanam, one can be transferred from ignorance and passion to goodness by the results of his activities, Kriya Phalatvena. A human being is therefore advised to associate with spiritually advanced personalities. The Vedas, Mundaka Upanishad, give the direction of Tad Vigna Vigyana Tamsa Gurum Eva Vigachati. In order to reach the perfection of life, or to understand the real constitutional position of the living entity, bless you, one must approach the spiritual master. Gurum eva bhikachate. One must, it is not optional. It is imperative that one approach the spiritual master. For by such association, one proportionately develops his consciousness towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The highest perfection of such consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. According to the body given by Prakriti or nature, one's consciousness is present. According to the development of consciousness, one's activities are performed, and according to the purity of such activities, one realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart. The example given herein is very appropriate. Fire is always the same, but according to the size of the fuel or burning wood, the fire appears to be straight, curved, small, big, etc. I think what stood out, well, main thing that stood out was one must approach the spiritual master. Reason it stood out was because we were just appreciating Srila Prabhupada, and that he came. Today is the anniversary of him stepping foot in the Western world, and what significance that is, and it would have been lost all those years ago if anyone even batted a second look. Maybe they did, maybe because he was an old Indian man and definitely not dressed in a normal way, because he had on his sannyas robes at the most, but it's a second, often Prabhupada, there's that term he's coined, the spiritual master for the whole world, or sometimes
Jagat Guru.
And so I was just thinking, in terms of that point that Prabhupada's making, that he's imperative, you must, it's stressed here in italics, and must, it's not optional, you must approach the spiritual master. And just the significance of him, it's actually really important day, very important day, because it's changed the trajectory of, I would say, the conditioned souls, those who take to it, and even those who don't, but because they saw a Harinam or someone gave them some prasadam, but you don't think about it because it's in some street festival or whatever. Someone gives you a book on the street, you touch it, but you give it back. And Prabhupada said even if you touch it,
you get benefit.
You get benefit and this and that. So the significance of, it's just feel very powerful of that day and that spiritual master, who will be forever a Shiksha Guru, if Diksha Guru for many, but then Shiksha Guru for here on in.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada remains the, what is the term?
Preeminent?
Preeminent, thank you. Preeminent Shiksha Guru for all the members of ISKCON for all time. Yeah, the founder, Acharya.
Yeah.
Yes, nice points. Somehow, I was thinking, it's like Bhagavatam, such a vast book, and Srila Prabhupada was trying to complete it. Meanwhile, Prabhupada was so busy with so many other things, simultaneously traveling, overseeing an international society, overseeing international movement, giving initiations, giving classes, so much management, looking after disciples, training people, and translating books. And I was thinking, it's like this verse, stay with me, this verse is kind of in a chapter that is maybe not so prominent The Prithu pastime is pretty much all the pastimes have gone on. It's like, okay, and I'm thinking, God, this is like such a long purport Prabhupada's giving. And I thought, God, so many purports Prabhupada has written up to this point. And then I was thinking, Srila Prabhupada was at such an advanced age, he didn't even know if he was going to live tomorrow. And I was thinking, you might then think, okay, look, that verse is fine, that verse is fine. Okay, here's one, and the acharyas give a whole big thing, let me make sure, right? So I'm thinking, why did he spend so much time on this one purport and on the next purport? And then it was kind of becoming like maybe Prabhupada was thinking, this might be the last purport I write. I can't think about getting to the end. That would be a nice thing to achieve. But meanwhile, here I am. And so I need to give everything I can to each purport that I write, because it might be my last, like that kind of thing. So anyways, just meditating on, and Srila Prabhupada was writing at the early hours of the morning, and Lord, it's amazing how much he accomplished in like 12 years.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal how much he accomplished. And even the first of those wasn't even, he wasn't really set up to do anything. It took a while to get going, but 12 years he accomplished.
Yeah, I'm remembering his age.
Yeah.
Remembering the age, it's like
70 years old. Yeah, crazy. Okay, so continuing the paragraph. According to the development of consciousness, God realization is present in the human form of life. It is recommended, therefore, that one undergo the different types of penances and austerities described in the Bhagavad Gita: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Like a staircase, yoga has different steps for reaching the topmost floor, and according to one's position upon the staircase, he is understood to be situated in Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Of course, Bhakti Yoga is the topmost step on the staircase of realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, according to one's development in consciousness, one realizes his spiritual identity, and thus when one's existential position is purified fully, he becomes situated in Brahmananda, which is ultimately unlimited. Interesting, okay. Therefore, the Sankirtan movement contributed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Lord Chaitanya is the direct and easiest process for coming to the purest form of consciousness, Krishna consciousness, the platform on which the Supreme Personality is fully realized. Okay, that's a pretty elevated position. Directions for performing different types of yagas are specifically arranged for the highest realization of the Supreme Lord, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is realized according to proportion of one's surrender. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is realized according to the proportion of one's surrender. Goodness gracious. Yeyatama prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham. Bhagavad Gita 4:11. Full surrender, however, occurs when a man is perfectly in knowledge. Bahunam janmanamante gyanaban mam prapadyate. Okay, that's Bhagavad Gita 7:19. Wow, what a paragraph, so much in there. Therefore, the Sankirtan movement contributed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Lord Chaitanya is the direct and easiest process for coming to the purest form of consciousness, Krishna consciousness, the platform on which the Supreme Personality is fully realized. Just that sentence is like mind-blowing. So yeah, Prabhupada came and he gave Bhakti Yoga, Krishna consciousness, and he immediately helped everyone to just get connected just by doing devotional service. And it's the greatest gift that anyone could possibly ever give to you, give to me, give to anyone, as you were saying, you know. Still, to this day, so many years after Srila Prabhupada has departed in 1977.
November.
Then how many years? That's like over 50 years. What would that be? 77 to now? Like 57 years ago. 50, No. 47 years ago.
Yeah.
47 years ago, Prabhupada departed. Wow, 47 years ago. So, oh wow, so yeah, in 2027 it will be the 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's departure from this world. So 50 years on, Srila Prabhupada is still making devotees. Srila Prabhupada is still inspiring people. Srila Prabhupada is still liberating souls from the material world. This is so super potent and powerful. What a personality is Srila Prabhupada, and how fortunate we are to have come in contact with him. Let's see. That's quite short. If you want to read another one.
Text 36. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master and enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices, and he is the Supreme Spiritual Master as well. All of you citizens on the surface of the globe who have a relationship with me and are worshipping him by dint of your occupational duties, are bestowing your mercy upon me. Therefore, O my citizens, I thank you. Purport. Maharaj Prithu's advice to his citizens to take to devotional service is now concluded in two ways. He has repeatedly advised persons who are neophyte to engage themselves in devotional service according to the capacities of the different orders of social and spiritual life. But here he specifically thanks those already engaged in such devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is actually the enjoyer of all sacrificial ceremonies, and who is also the supreme teacher as Antaryami or Paramatma. There is specific mention of the word Gurum, which indicates the Supreme Personality as Chaitya Guru. The Supreme Godhead in his Paramatma feature is present in everyone's heart, and he is always trying to induce the individual soul to surrender unto him and to engage in devotional service. Therefore, he is the original spiritual master. He manifests himself as a spiritual master both internally and externally to help the conditioned soul both ways. Therefore, he has been mentioned here as Guru. It appears, however, that in the time of Maharaj Prithu, all the people on the surface of the globe were his subjects. Most of them, almost all of them were engaged in devotional service. Therefore, he thanked them in a humble way for engaging in devotional service and thus bestowing their mercy upon him. In other words, in a state where the citizens and the head of state are engaged in devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they help one another and are mutually benefited. Yeah, once again, just reading that about the Paramatma and being the first guru and being present in the heart and taking directions from this portion of a form of God in the heart. What I thought of was how Prabhupada, again, because of this auspicious day, he also did that. He also made us reconnect with the Guru in the heart, with the Lord in the heart. And like Prabhupada said, it's all there. It's just we just didn't know what these longings were, my desire to live forever, my desire to be happy, and what is this voice? Because people talk, like some inner, people talk about the inner voice or my sixth sense or whatever. But this is the Paramatma, and it took this Acharya, founder Prabhupada, the Jagat Guru, who came today, anniversary being today, to just like like putting together to like a plug, to putting together, connecting two points together, and you're like, oh, that's it, because it was all there. We're just in ignorance. We don't know. So again, all glories to Prabhupada for making us become aware that we carry the Supreme Lord in the heart, because he never did leave us, and he has been trying to tell us things, and we just didn't hear it.
The Lord.
The Lord, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, so true. Yeah, Prabhupada came to give us Krishna.
Yeah.
And Krishna was already with us.
Yeah.
But we couldn't see him.
No. So
only
he had
by
to...
the mercy. Om Ganatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Shiramilitangena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. He opens our darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anniversary of Srila Prabhupada placing his lotus feet in America ki jai. Hare Krishna.
One day we'll do a reading at Boston Harbor.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That will be amazing.
One day we do that.
And we will do it.
I don't know where it is around here, but we'll do it.
It ain't around here, it's in Boston.
I know that, but I don't have to get there, but we're in the same country.
Well,
so
evidently
we can do
it's
it.
not such a long drive. It's like maybe 4-hour drive.
Yeah, for Americans, that's like nothing.
It is nothing.
So anyway, we'll do that one day. It'll be amazing. We'll take you with us.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.